past my girl. It's such a blessing, girl. Put up for the rest of my life. A blessing, girl. A blessing, blessing. You're such a blessing, girl.
What's up, YouTube? It's Russhana.love, and I am back at it again with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do these cute, super jumbo knotless braids with curly pieces added to it. This hairstyle is so cute but really tedious. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Watch till the end and leave some video suggestions on things you guys would like to see, and I'll be sure to do them. Okay, my lovelies, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm saturating the back portion with some Shining Gem. I use Shining Gem for all my braids because this is like the most universal gem. It may make some hair textures curly, but for the most part, this is the best gem that I've came across. If you guys have any recommendations for jams that doesn't make people's hair curly, please let me know. But this works pretty well for me, and I've stuck to this for like 2 years straight ever since I started doing hair, and I haven't really tried any other jam. I actually did, but this Shining Gem works the best for me. And with this hairstyle, you really want to make sure that your parts are straight, but straight into the braids. Basically what you do is you will part off the client's hair into 3 sections as if you're going to start a regular braid. You braid a half a braid, and then you begin to add in some extensions, started from small to large. With this side knotless braids, I did add 5 pieces of hair into the braid, and the amount of hair you add into the braid all depends on the client's hair thickness, because if your client's hair is thick, you may not have to add as much weave, but once you get used to like doing these braids, you will be able to know how much extension or braiding hair you will need to add in. Also, I use 4 packs of the xpression brand braiding hair, as well as 3 packs of the Freetress Deep Wave hair. You can use less, like this is just an average that I tell everyone to bring. Sometimes I use less, sometimes I use more. As I said before, it all depends on the client's hair thickness. Now, as I'm braiding down, I'll just braid outwards, as you guys can see. And if you need to add some jam to the client's hair or your hair so that it would just fall into the braid neatly. Now, when it comes to adding in the curly pieces, what I do is I will add a short piece into the braid, like so, leaving 1 long piece, because then it would just be long enough to fill the whole braid, if you get what I'm saying. Like it will be long instead of being short. So I will use a short piece to attach into the braid, like the same way I did with the braiding hair, and then I'll just braid straight down. But you could ask your client to hold the curly piece, because as you can see, I was kind of struggling. It kept coming to the back, so I asked my clients to just hold that piece while I'm braiding down. Then I'll just begin to braid all the way down. I added 2 pieces of curly hair to each braid. You don't want to add too much of this here. Like it all depends, because this hair does get matted really fast, so it all depends on if their client wants a lot of pieces or not. If you want this hairstyle to last long without the tangling, I would recommend you to get human hair, and that will prevent it from getting matted and tangled. But if you're keeping it for a little bit, then you're fine, girl. Just use the cheaper hair, which is the hair that I'm using, and you'll be fine. Now I'm doing the same exact thing here, and the thing I like about knotless braids is that you can start off with the braiding of the real hair, and you don't really have to like work on your grip game as much because you're starting off with the real hair. So it's just easier, but you still have to know how to add in the pieces of hair. This knotless braids, well, these knotless braids actually takes me longer to do than traditional box braids. Well, of course, because I'm feeding in the hair instead of just doing one attachment. But as you guys can see now, I will braid twice, and then when I get back to my right hand, that's when I will add the piece of braiding hair into the braid. And that's all it is to it, honestly. You're just doing simple knotless braids and adding in the curly pieces to it. Now, as I was saying towards the beginning of the video, this hairstyle is kind of tedious, because when I tell you the parts have to be dumb straight, the parts must be dumb straight, because these are huge braids. So this is how I section off the hair, by the way. So basically I section it off from ear to ear, and then it will be like 3 sections in the back. So it will be 2 in the very last row, 3 in the second row, and then 2 on the top row. Then when it comes to the front section, I will do 1 on each side, and then for the middle part, I'll just do 2 or 3 depending on how big the front section is. For her hair, I only did 2 braids at the top, so it was like one towards like the ears. If you guys understand what I'm saying, like, you know, like that piece right there, it was like 1 braid there, and then in the section above that, it was 2 braids. You guys will see what I'm talking about if you guys are a little confused about what I'm saying. But yeah, that's, for the most part, that's really all to the video. I'm gonna just do that all around the hair. And once again, my camera's battery died and I couldn't find my replacement battery, so at this part it's gonna skip out until I get to the front section. But I basically did the same exact thing around her whole head. When it comes, okay, so alright, now you guys can see what I was talking about. I was gonna say something different, but I'll just talk about this right now. Alright, so basically I will just part off in 2 sections, and then that section towards the bottom will be 1 braid, and the section above that will be 2 braids. When it comes to baby hairs, I like doing dramatic baby hairs, but if my client doesn't want it, it's no problem with me. I don't think she didn't really mind, so I just did my thing. And basically what I'm doing, I'm just saturating the section with Shine and Jam. You want to really make sure that you saturate it with Shine and Jam, or any type of holding gel, jam, anything that works for your hair texture, because the more sleek that you get it, the neater the braid will look. And sometimes, guys, for my clients with thick hair, I have trouble with getting the braids to look sleek, so I do some braids over like 2 or 3 times, and I know that's like so bad, but I rather the braid look good than to just rush it and do it once and I don't like how it looks. So I will do it multiple times if I have to, and it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, they're paying you and you want to make sure that their hair looks flawless, or as flawless as possible. And for my baby hairs, as I said before, it's dramatic. I know, to each its own. You can sweep your hair however you want to. And I'm going to begin braiding her real hair once again. I braid that about twice, so just once, and then I will add the hair in. And when I get back to my left hand, I will add some more hair into it. And as you guys can see, the pieces are getting from smaller to bigger. And I'm so sorry if I'm not really good at talking and explaining, but I feel like the video does a wonderful job at explaining what I'm doing. So if it comes to it, or if you need to, you can mute this video and just watch what I'm doing. But yeah, so now I'm going to begin to add in the curly hair once again, and braid down twice. And you know, before I said I'll wait till I get to my right hand, but honestly it doesn't really matter. It's whatever feels more comfortable to you. Sometimes I feel comfortable adding it towards my right hand, sometimes I feel comfortable adding it towards my left hand. It all depends on which side my hair separator is. Also, if you guys would like to purchase one of those hair separators that you see people use, you can go on Amazon and type in braiding.
Be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out,